Even?
Ja, we gaan
Yeah.
we talked about having this breakfast. So you keep some spirit in a nice job cooking. You're going to get him back down here again. Thanks for coming down. You coming down later too?
Yep. Yeah, what is it, 5:30?
First of all, we've gathered all the raw sap from the maple trees, and we collect it all in a tank, haul it back here to the sugar house, and it goes into an old milk storage tank, which is behind this wall. And once we get the tank full, or whatever we want to boil, then we come in and start this thing boiling, and basically you're just evaporating the water. And the more you evaporate, the thicker it gets, the sweeter it gets, and eventually you have syrup. Sap is going to come in this line, and it ends up in this side of the evaporator in the back, and the raw sap kind of pushes the cooks around. So as the raw stuff comes in, it pushes it around, and it evaporates it all at the same time. So then it ends up coming up into the front pan over on the other side, and this front pan is divided into 4 sections. All the while it's evaporating more and more, and it works its way up and back down this pan, and once it finally gets into this side, it's about syrup, and it just stays right here until it's the right temperature and the right weight consistency, and then we've made syrup.
Almost there. That hits 9, okay, just crack it just a little bit. Get a little ways to go.
This tool here, we call it a dipper. A lot of times you might use it just to, if the syrup here gets too thick and we haven't, cranked open the valve enough, it may get too thick and we may slosh it back and forth to try and mix it back up a little bit. Sometimes, for some unforeseen reason, you might make syrup over in the next pan over. You might want to ladle it over here with this. Now also, besides using the thermometer to check if it's syrup, many old timers just use this, and they would just dip it into the syrup, bring it up, and if you hold it level, you can see as it drips off of here, this isn't quite syrup, but as it really starts to apron off of there, if I get some thicker stuff that's almost syrup, it'll actually apron off there a little bit more. That's not quite syrup because it's not doing, it would really make like a big apron rather than just drips. Maybe another 10 minutes or so we'll have syrup here, and I can demonstrate that a little bit better.
You want to have your gloves? You might want them, but if you happen to get your finger in there, you're going to wish you had your gloves on.
Yeah. This is a hydrometer, and this basically measures the weight of the syrup. So as, if I was making syrup, I would be drawing it off of here. And if I want to check it, I just do this. The gauge would be up to 219 degrees. That's when it's syrup. And then I would check it for a final check kind of with this hydrometer. And basically the hydrometer floats. Now it needs to float. There's a red line on there. The top red line is a hot test for syrup. And if it's level with the top of the syrup in this picture, that would be syrup. It's a little light right now, so therefore this thing sinks down in further. So it's not quite syrup. So we'll just dump it back in and wait until it is.
What do you got for a number there?
About 10.
A little bit hot? Just smile for the camera, you'll be on TV.
Daddy,
But
should I send this
you go a little bit more. You want to make a whole tail plate, you gotta go slow. Whoa, 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 yeah.